Thank you very much for joining my little video today, and I am going to be doing some crazy stuff. I'm actually going to be generating leads for my business using cold email and a solution called Eventbrite. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be promoting a webinar that I have put online using Eventbrite to host that. And I'm going to be promoting that by cold email to a number of different businesses. I've been playing around with this for a few months, and it's about ready because it's working. These things don't always work. They take work before they work, which is obviously what I do. That's what I do for you, and then you can just pick up straight away from all the stuff that I've done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight over to sharing my screen with you. You should be able to see me. There I am. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be showing you a couple of tools that I use. I only really need 2 tools for this. Well, I guess if you count Microsoft Excel to format the data, then that's 3 tools. But I've got Eventbrite, which is what I'm going to be using to host the event. So it's just eventbrite.com or .co.uk, register for an account. And I'm going to be using Contact Enhance, which is an application that I've put together that finds lookalikes based on the profile of your existing contacts. So let's go here. Put my email address in, click Get Started, and once I've done that, put my password in, log into the system. And once I've logged into the system, you will see that I've got a tab over here. If I click on that, you can see that I've got a Manage Events tab, which disappeared there for a second whilst I was loading the page, but there we go. If things are working, yeah, there we go. So this is an event that I've put up for today. Just put it together yesterday. Basically, I just copied an old event that I had been working on and set the date for today, and I've tested it to make sure it's working, so I've got 1 ticket sold. Okay, so if I now have a look at my past events, you can see what it is that I've been doing. So at the beginning of the year, I started to work on this. I did I did some tests last year. Then I got back into it, and about beginning of May, I kind of got it working here. So I got 11 people registering. It says sold, but I didn't sell the tickets. It's 11 people that registered. It's a free event, and if I click on it, it was for a webinar called How to Grow Your Business Using Email Marketing, and those are 11 prospects as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to be getting into contact with those people. Well, I can show you that in another video actually, because I do a lot of sequences to those people. This video is an introductory video, or the webinar is an introductory webinar. I'm not actually trying to sell anything in this webinar. I'm just showing people how you can use email marketing to grow your business, and that's it. I don't close it with a sale or a sell or an offer or anything like that. I just show them the steps that they need to go through over, I think it's about 1 hour 47 minutes, and it shows them exactly how to do it, how to create the data, how to the whole thing really. And there's no sale, because I'm just really trying to develop my brand. I'm trying to get people to come into the shop and have a look around, and if they like what they see, then obviously there's all sorts of ways in which we can do business together, but that comes later. It's just the way that I do it, and that is typically using a sequence of emails, and I use ActiveCampaign for that sequence. And we'll come to that in another video. In fact, I think I've done videos on ActiveCampaign. You can use anything. You can use Drip, you name it. Okay, so you can see here that I've got my event. I'm not going to scroll down the page because it shows the names, and I don't want to show the names of those people, because obviously they are there's personally identifiable information, and when I tried to edit the page to not show their names and just show their records, it didn't really work. So there was 2,200, this is all you really need to know there was 2,226 people invited. Of those, 66 people viewed the event and 11 bought a ticket or registered for a ticket. So I've already worked that out. If we're looking at a conversion rate here, and if I take 2,226, if I take 11 divided by 226, that's about, times that by 100, that's a 0.5% conversion rate. So that means that those people clicked through on the link in the invite email, they went through to the landing page for the event, and they completed the form and registered. So 0.5% is not too bad. I only sent it to 2,226. So if you had, for example, 0.5% of, let's say you had a list of 20,000 in your CRM, or if you had 20,000 cold records, don't forget I sent to cold data here, it wasn't my CRM, then that would have generated me 100 people registering. And normally, if you have a 10% conversion rate, you would have seen 10 orders come in from those 100 people, or 100 prospects at some stage down the line. 66, that was a pretty good one. Look, so 11 divided by 66, that was a 16% conversion rate on the people that landed on the page. So obviously, the open rate got them through to the landing page, and the landing page was convincing enough for them to register. I really do like Eventbrite's landing pages. They're pretty cool. They're very responsive, work on all sorts of different systems, that kind of thing. So, okay, what I'm now going to do is I'm just going to show you how I did that. So, typically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to target companies that have registered on a previous event. So I will do a broad audience first. I might just send it to 1,000 broad people that I have no profile on. And then if somebody registers, I will go to Contact Enhance and sign in. Now you can take any customer email or customer company name or anything that you want in order to make this work. I'll show you how this works. It's a pretty funky piece of software, does a lot of the work for you. Once you've, so it's contactenhance.com. Once you have gone through, you can then select any field here, and I'm going to select the domain name, and I'm going to type in Alt-V. I'm going to type in that one. So adtworkplace.com. That was a company that registered for one of the previous webinars from a broad sample. So I just took a sample of 1,000 contacts with no profiling whatsoever, and then sent out to those people, and then a company or a person at adtworkplace.com registered. So I'm now going to click send, and what Contact Enhance is going to do is it's going to analyze that domain name. I don't know anything else about them. I just know that it's ADT Workplace. I have no idea what they do, but it's going to analyze that company and it's going to then show me what information we've got at that company available on the web. So we can see here that they've got a turnover of 1.1 million. They've got SIC code 43390, which is other building completion and finishing. So it looks as though there's some kind of outfitters, stuff like that. 20 to 49 employees. OL, I think, is Oldham. They're on Twitter, active company. And ADT Workplace is an innovative and vibrant business employing talented interior specialists. Okay, so then we've got some information about the company. But if we scroll right to the end here, we can see here that we've got these two buttons, lookalike buttons. And what's going to be important is that the actual click-through that I got was this one here. The registration was this one here. So if I click on lookalikes, it tells us the main fields. So it was a person in marketing management. That was their SIC code. Now, I'm not bothered about just companies in Oldham. Doesn't mean anything to me. However, I'm not really bothered about the size of the business either. It's more the industry and the job title that I'm interested in. So now I'm going to ask Contact Enhance to go and find lookalikes where there's a matching job title, and there is also a matching industry. And you can see here that I've got 31 records. So now what I want to do is I want to click on show. So these are lookalikes that are very close to the person that has already registered on the webinar, and I like to refer to them as lookalikes. There's no artificial intelligence or any machine learning going on in here. This is just a very basic if then that kind of rule set. So if it's 43220, then go and find other companies with 43220. So there's no feedback loops teaching the system, not yet, but potentially that could come in the future. But at the moment, there's no feedback loops teaching the system or helping the system narrow down on people based on whether or not they opened an email or anything like that. So all I need to do is click on show. So there they are. There's the original contacts. Okay, so here we've got the invitation that is in Eventbrite, and down here I've got this Add Guests tab. Now, if I want to take these people, don't forget these companies here are lookalikes of that person that's registered. Let's say that I select these guys here and I click generate a new download link for these guys. If I now click on that, it's going to download those people to my onto my laptop as a .csv. Now, if I open that, it immediately shows me, in results 43, it shows me their information, and I can then upload that. But you need to make some changes to the file. So I created a sample file, and I'll show you what those changes need to be. You need to have only 3 columns, and in the file that you download from Contact Enhanced, there's lots of different, in fact, I'll open it for you so you can see. If we go here and click in results, then you can see it. There's a lot of different bits and pieces of information that comes through. Let me just go to, so you've got here the email address, the first name, surname, website, blah, 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 and it goes on, the amount of stuff. So I don't need all that stuff. So if I just click, that's our Friday alarm. That pretty much does it every Friday when I do my video. Okay, so here we go, email, first name and last name. Those are the only 3 fields that you need. You can delete everything else, or the 3 columns. And you've got separate email addresses, obviously. So I'm just going to close that. So that's what your file needs to look like after you've downloaded it from Contact Enhance. So if I close that, that's going to bring those people down. I would have formatted it, saved it. And now I'm going to go to Add Guests, and I'm going to go to here, the last option, Upload Emails, and choose the file. And then here I am going to take the sample. So I've now got my event. I've created that event. This once you've created your event on Eventbrite, this email template is built automatically for you. So it's quite straightforward. Add Guests, send now immediately. So I'm now sending that out, and you'll see that the people that I'm sending it to include myself. So I'm now going to check my inbox. So all I need to do in order for that is go along to a new tab. Oh yeah, here we go. So Duncan Gledhill, you're invited to how to grow your business using email marketing. Bing, bada, bang, bada, boom. Hello. And then you can see here that it's missed that first name because I didn't have it in. That's okay. And then I can see here that I've got, okay, I'm going to attend the event. And if I click on that, so here we go, and I've got all this information about it, and I can then click on register. Here we go, standard ticket 1, you can see there's no charge, and if somebody clicks register, Duncan, blah, 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 and then click register. I'm going to just close that, and I'm going to come back here, and I should be able to see, you can see here that I sent my email out. It was sent to 3 people. It says processing. If I just do a refresh on that screen, we should now see that 1 person has registered. Oh yeah, there we go. And if I click on that button there, we can see who it was. So Duncan Gledhill clicked, and it will update at some point and say attending. Now, one of the nice things about that is that you can also create sub lists, so those that clicked, and you can save that as a contact list, or you can edit and resend to those people, that kind of stuff. But that shows you how it is quite straightforward in the space of 20 minutes or something to do this. And in the past I did those 11 people. Now how am I allowed to upload cold email data into this with GDPR and PECA and the data protection, all that kind of stuff? Well, I'm only targeting limited companies and PLCs, and the information that I'm processing, whilst personal, is a corporate body. So it's only limited companies, PLCs, and I'm using direct marketing. I'm processing it for direct marketing. I'm using legitimate interest as my lawful basis. I do have to have information like a privacy policy on my website that shows how I do process personally identifiable information. So if you, and you will probably already have one of those anyway, but you also have to have an unsubscribe. And as you can see, Eventbrite automatically puts that unsubscribe in there. What's really important is that if you're going to export these people and send them in other places, you need to maintain the unsubscribe. So make sure you don't send to people who have unsubscribed in the past. And that is how you can get people to attend a webinar. I use Webinar Jam for my webinars, EverWebinar. So I use Webinar Jam to record it, create the first one, and then I use their sister product, EverWebinar, to schedule future performances of that webinar. So all I really need to do is schedule the emails to go out to invite people to that webinar, and I've got a constant flow of leads coming into the business, or prospects. That's everything for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. So with that, I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will see you next week. Bye bye for now.